All right, another peak. So we tried two other mountains, Red Mountain and then some other mountain, I can't remember the name of it. And we were not able to access those, one because there was a gate across the road, and the other one because the road just became so awful it was not passable. The road, we got quite a ways up the road here to Termination Point, but there's a little bit of a complication here too, but it's not one that is insurmountable. And that is, as I come around the corner here, I'll just show it to you. There's like this giant tree across the road that looks like it's gonna take somebody a couple hours, well, probably about an hour with a chainsaw and some friends to clear this one out. So there's quite a few things I'm willing to drive my car around, but this isn't one of them. We did Little Huckleberry Mountain earlier today, and it's not that long of a trail, but man, it's steep. And yeah, that steepness is not easy on the knees. But we really wanted to get a second summit in. It's 6:30 p.m. So we're gonna see, you know, we figured like, okay, 6:30 is a little bit late to be starting up a summit, but propagation gets better later in the day. So gray line propagation. So we're gonna try to get ourselves some gray line propagation out of this. And okay, we've walked up the road and we came to this clearing here. We go around this clearing and now there's this little game trail. So if you come up here to activate this, this is what you're looking for, is this little trail. And we're very close to the activation zone. Within 100 vertical, like less than 90 vertical feet, and about 700 linear feet, or maybe it was 900, I don't remember. But this looks like it was a roadbed and then they closed it. Okay, this is thick woods.
Some 50 maple for you.
Yeah. There's some vine maple. Oh, this is steep. Well, look at that. Ah, things always seem darkest before the dawn or something like that. But we weren't expecting to have any exposure up here, but looks like there is some here.
Two tie downs here.
Nice.
That's what that's all about.
So, I'm guessing it is a memorial, not a grave.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, was that Whiskey 7 Delta Lima Zulu?
Roger, that's Whiskey 7 Delta Lima Zulu, roger.
Roger that, and I got you a 5-9 plus up here.
Thanks so much. Have a great evening.
Thanks, in 7-3, Kilo Delta 7, Quebec Oscar Whiskey, CQ SOTA.
Whiskey 7 Delta.
I've got a Whiskey 7 Delta, QSO.
QSL, Joseph, you are 5757 in Redmond, Washington.
All right, copy the 5-7 up into Redmond, and I've got you same 5-7 down here on Termination Point.
Okay, very good. Enjoy the rest of your adventures today. 73 from Whiskey 7 Delta.
Thanks, in 7-3, Kilo Delta 7, Quebec Oscar Whiskey, CQ SOTA. I mean, I've got my key if you want to try doing CW with 80 watts. It's up to you. I'll jump to 20 and then we'll, yeah. While we have the setup, I'm just, you know, yeah, okay. I'll jump over to 20 and see if I get anybody and then, yeah. Is this frequency, what the heck is going on with my... My SWR is way higher than it normally is. This is probably the second or third activation where I've learned firsthand that resonant antennas are not always resonant. There was something strange happening up here that was causing my end-fed half-wave not to tune up correctly on any of the bands over 40 meters. I tried changing the links because this is a linked end-fed half-wave, so I took it down and removed the 20-meter link so that it was literally cut to exactly a half-wave on 20 meters. It still wouldn't work, and I'm telling you, it works in every other setting. I moved the antenna around, tried different cables, everything that I could think of that I could do while I was up here on the summit. And the only thing that eventually brought the SWR down to where it would keep my transceiver happy was to move the transformer really, really close to the ground and drop to like the CW portion of the 20 meter band, which I was already going to have. I wanted to see how Bryan would do on CW using a 100-watt radio. Actually, I have it set to 80 watts, but I just really wanted to see what would happen. So I was able to talk him into plugging his key into my radio, and he started calling CQ on 20 meters after I finally got the SWR where it needed to be. And he did manage to make some CW QSOs on 20 meters with the 80 watts. He said he got 599 reports like way down into Texas, and he says he's not used to getting signal reports that good. So, that was pretty cool. It worked. Unfortunately, by this time, I was already too annoyed and frustrated with the whole issue with the SWR and everything to bother with making voice contacts on 20 meters, and I already had enough QSOs, so at this point I was ready to pack up. So, back to me. All right, so activation successful. I got 7 QSOs on 40. It's a beautiful sunset out here. There is a pretty decent view, and you can see the golden sunset through the trees behind me. So lovely. Anyhow, the thing is, so I had my end-fed half-wave set up here in a very weird configuration, and I don't know what's going on. It could be that there's something weird in the soil here, some kind of moisture condition, who knows? But there's something odd going on, and I could not get my end-fed half-wave to tune up on the higher bands. Usually it's like rock bottom SWR and 20 meters, but I was getting 2-to-1, 3-to-1 SWR. So this is the last time I ever do an activation without a tuner on me. Sometimes your resonant antenna doesn't tune up the way you think it does. So when you're going on an activation, it's a good idea to carry a tuner. Other than that, great activation, good times. It was successful, so I can't complain too much. We tried a little bit of CW with 80 watts on the FT891. You got 599 reports.
Yeah, from the Midwest.
From the Midwest on 20 meters, so that was kind of cool. That was fun to play around with, but it was really hard for me to get the SWR down to where we could do that, but I wanted to see what would happen. So, pretty fun activation. This is a very brushy peak. There's not a lot of space to set up antennas up here, but we did make it work. So that is one of the challenges of doing this one, and it is pretty steep to get up here. But we need to get it back before the sun sets on us. So 7-3, get out there and go play with your radio.